this video, we are going to deal with the exponential functions integration if they are written in the form along with the trigonometric functions. So let's have a look. Look at the function. Look at the question. In the question, sine cube e to the power x, cosine e to the power x and dx are written here. Now, if we look here very closely, we can see that here there are three functions given to us. One, sine cube e to the power x. The other one is cosine e to the power x. And the third one is e to the power x. Now, in such situation, when many functions are given to us, always pick the most complex function. So the most complex function for me is sine cube e to the power x is here. Reason is that it has a power and it has an angle, and angle is also written in the form of exponential form. So for me, sine cube e to the power x is the complex or the composite function. So if I see that there is a power, so the power always be considered as the outer function, because this function can be written in the form of sine e to the power x whole cube. So the inner function is sine e to the power x itself. Now how can we take the derivative of inner function? So applying the chain rule, the derivative of sine is cosine. We write the angle one time as it is, and then we take the derivative of e to the power x, means the angle itself, inner and the outer function. So derivative of e power x is e power x, and here cosine e to the power x is written. Now look closely into the question. Cosine e to the power x and e to the power x are written here. So what are they? They are the derivative of the inner function. So here the inner function is sine e to the power x and it has a power 3, that is u to the power n. So we have here the formula u to the power n and times u prime is given to us. We will apply the power rule of antiderivative. That means we will write the inner function as it is, add 1 in the power. We will ignore the derivative because it is not in our answer or in our antiderivative, and we ignore the integral sign. So we will write sine e to the power x, add 1 in the power, so it is 4 over 4 plus c. Another thing to understand this thing, that whenever we have two trigonometric functions given in the same integral sign, then always apply the power rule. So when two trigonometric functions are given to us, use the power rule of antiderivative. This is the easy way to remember the rules. Let's check another one. So what have we focused? That we have two trigonometric functions, cosine and sine. So choose the most difficult one. So the most difficult one is the one which has a power. So I can write it as cosine e to the power negative x whole to the power 5. I know that the power is always be the outer function, so the inner function is cosine e to the power negative x. Now the derivative of cosine is negative sign. Write the angle as it is, that is e to the power minus x. Now take the derivative of e power minus x and it would be negative e to the power negative x. Now negative and negative give us positive, so our answer is sine e to the power negative x times e to the power negative x. And you can check that this is written in the question. So what is this? This is actually the u prime. And cosine to the power 5 e to the power minus x would be considered as u to the power n. So the answer of this one is, write the u as it is, that is cosine e to the power minus x, write as it is. Add 1 in the power. So 5 plus 1, 6. Whatever we write as a power, we divide it also with the same number, plus c. Now, what if the question comes with only one trigonometric function? So when only one trigonometric function is given to you, so consider the formula sine of u, means consider the angle as the inner function. So the angle is u and this is the inner function. Take the derivative of the angle. So here the angle is e power x and the derivative of e power x is e power x. So in such cases, if the angle is the inner function, you attack on the outer function. It means the antiderivative of sine u is negative cosine u. So we will write negative cosine and u is e to the power x as it is. Ignore the derivatives, command and integrals while writing the answer. One more question. Secant square e to the power minus x, e to the power minus x dx. Now here, although there is a power, but I know that there is only one trigonometric function, that is secant. So let's check. So in such cases, take the angle as the inner function. What is the derivative of e to the power minus x? That is negative e to the power negative x. Now what is missing in the function? It's negative. So we write the negative inside and outside to balance the expression. Now the outside negative we write as it is. And what is the antiderivative of secant square u? If you remember that secant square u du has a direct antiderivative, that is tan u. So we will write this negative which is written outside the integral sign as it is, and tangent and u is e to the power minus x plus c. So I hope that you understood the concept of exponential functions integration, when we can combine the exponential functions with the trigonometric functions, with the power rule of integration, or with the logarithmic rule of integration. So one time more, if you revise that if we have any power, we always check where is our inner function. So inner function is always written in the bracket. Then we check if the derivative of the inner function, that is the function which is written inside the bracket, is written outside or no. If yes, then we apply the rule of power. If we have numerator and denominator, in the denominator, if we have some power, then 100% we will apply the power rule. But if in the denominator the power is 1, then of course we will apply the logarithmic rules of integration. So I hope that you understood this concept, and if you like the video, please give the thumbs up and subscribe my channel. Thank you very much.